Welcome. We have a lot of news to cover for March of the Machine, so let's start with that right away. First of all, I think these 3 dates are the most important. We have March of the Machine, the story will come out around March, half March, so that is in 1 month already. Then the card previews will be right after that, and right after 2 weeks after that will be the global tabletop release. So everything will be pretty fast, but you won't have a new set in 2 months, which is a bit of a rest, which is a change from what we had last year. So I think they're sort of listening, but they had a lot of products coming out, and they really wanted to push this one. Next up is the amount of product that they have. This is the same on this slide that we usually have. So we have the set boosters, the draft boosters, the collector boosters, and then there's a bundle with only the set boosters. They don't do bundles with draft boosters anymore because I guess that's not profitable enough anymore, which is more arbitrary than you might think. Then the pre-release pack, of course, and more jumpstart boosters, which are apparently still popular. I don't know. I heard a lot of things. Oh, not that one. This one. I heard a lot of things about that. But 5 commander decks, so that is pretty exciting to me. Might do another game like the last one we had, and we might give away some decks, but let's see what we'll do. We have this angel deck. I guess it's an angel deck. Then there's a cavalry deck, which is a little bit weird because the mechanic with horse riding, something like that, come back, which was controversial. Then we have an artifact deck, which has green in it, which is also new. But we have seen green leaning into the artifact themes as well. Then we have a Phyrexian lion with the Theros enchantment part at the back of him. So yeah, I wonder what that is about. He has oil and he has the Phyrexian sign on his forehead, so you can see it from that. Growing Threat is called. Maybe it's about counters, something like that. And then from Kamigawa we have Call for Backup, which is maybe calling for backup from the Spirit Realm or something like that. Not sure, but yeah, there are some cool themes that some people will definitely love, and we will have to. I guess the most popular will be the Angel deck, I think, and maybe this one with the counters because that is really a popular theme. Then something weird, we have Plane Chasing coming back, and every of those commander decks, it says it on the top here as well. We'll have 10 plane chase cards with a die for the plane chasing. So that is interesting. Not sure how it will play in a normal commander game or whether it's just a choice that you can make. Would be weird if they force you to play plane chase, but I guess it will be a choice. And something I guess rather new is, and I'm not sure whether that was in the previous plane chase, is the phenomenon type, which is one when you flip it, you reveal, in this case, from the top of your planar deck until you reveal 2 plane cards and simultaneously planeswalk to both of them. I'm not sure if they had this before, but I think this is a cool effect. I personally love these extra rules, but they are something that you really have to discuss with your playgroup, of course. Unless it's a game mechanic, which I don't know. Then there is a lot of alternate art and alternate versions of cards with the art style of the planes that they belong to. So, for example, Ragavan has the Kaladesh style, and here we have Atraxa, who will probably enter. I always forget this name, but like the plane where the Cabaret Mafia is. So that's really interesting. Maybe this is also showing us that Atraxa will go there, which is also interesting because maybe Atraxa is from New Capenna. Could be. There have been angels there before, and she has been sucked into Mirrodin. So that could be true, that she's going back to her old plane, which is a pretty good theory I just thought of. So yeah, getting excited about that. But and we have more. So Thalia and the Gitrog monster are in a Innistrad thing around them. They are fighting some fractions. Then Omnath is the Zendikar. I'm not sure. Also has his own, and we can see that he has been completed as well. And this is a new thing, by the way, as well, that we are seeing 2 legendary creatures on one card, as if they are like a converged creature, which is really weird as well for the Gitrog monster, who is definitely evil, and then Thalia. Then we have Heliod, who is a god that will be fractionized as well, but he has some evilness in himself, of course. He will also get blue as a new color, so you can see that he is a legendary enchantment creature, and he has blue in it, so yeah, that makes him white-blue, Azorius. And sorry, and that's interesting. I think maybe this means that he will be completed by Jin-Gitaxias as well. We can see this as well from the class, I think. While this is not certain, this is really interesting because it does change a lot for the Plane of Pharaohs when a god gets changed like this. Then we have Jin coming back as a new card as well, who can be transformed, and I think all of the Praetors will get this treatment, so that is really interesting as well. I think after we do Eurobrask's video, we will need to go into these cards, maybe as a cycle. But we see the Praetor and their grand plan to further Phyrexia's goals. So that is interesting. What we see is whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, you draw a card. Okay. But then you exile him and he becomes his own plan. Maybe he sacrifices himself even to become that plan. That would be interesting. Yeah, and he also says, for example, return all non-Phyrexian creatures to their owner's hand. Great synthesis. So yeah, we have to dive way deeper into these, and I think that is really cool. This one is cool, for example, because at the end you may cast any number of spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. That's pretty insane. No, it's not a sacrifice, by the way, because you then exile the Great Synthesis and then return it to the battlefield front face up, so Jin returns after completing his plan. Okay. We have another one, which is just an 18/6, but I'm saying just, but that is something new, definitely. For 6 mana, and that is Yargo and Multani coming together to be bros, I guess. Maybe it's always that it's sort of good and a bad character in one. Not sure yet. Breach the Multiverse is, of course, well, part of Alex Norn's plan. But we see the World Tree and it's breaching across the multiverse. Should be a really strong card. It's a rare. Each player mills 10 cards. For each player, choose a creature or planeswalker in that player's graveyard. We'll definitely get something good for that, I think. You may put those under your control. Then they become Phyrexians. Okay, cool. Pretty good, I guess, but it's high cost, so it's flashy and big. It's more the way they chose to go. And then we have Chandra, new Chandra. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets, but this only happens once per turn, but it is a static on a planeswalker, which is always strong. Then you can add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Not what you really want to do at mana 6. Exile the top 5 cards of your library is a +1. And then you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among them. And you might double it, of course, so that is value. And then a -X to deal X damage to each of up to 2 targets. So it seems like she might be fighting 2 Praetors, perhaps. We see different versions for these cards there. Normal art. I haven't gone over these effects, by the way. So Omnath gets completed. He gets the Phyrexian black mana as well, sort of finishing a cycle. Many people were wondering how they were going to add this last piece of mana. It says if you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes black instead. So it becomes sort of evil. Also, on which world is he? Not sure. Maybe on Phyrexia? That could be. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal it if it has 3 or more colored mana symbols, so it's multicolored tribal. If you do, add 3 mana of any combination of its colors. Okay. And put it into your hand. If you don't reveal it, put it into your hand. Okay, so it's either you want the mana or either you want to keep it a secret, what you drew. And then on Ixalan, we see that Mavren Vane and Kalta have sided with each other as well. Which is... the attacks are definitely bringing people together, and I wonder how they are going to get these people together, because this is solving a lot of world problems, and it will be really weird for these worlds afterwards. There will be a lot that has changed after this. But whenever you attack, choose one of these abilities. So it's a 12/12 with Trample, just as Kalta is. For 7 mana. When you attack, you create a tapped XX dinosaur, where X is the greatest power among attacking creatures, or you create an amount of 1/1 vampires with lifelink, where X is the number of other attacking creatures. So you basically choose one of the 2 abilities that these 2 guys have. Then there will be a lot of cards that will sort of be reprinted in old border styles, and they will be given away in stores. We have some more people working together: Goro, the bandit, and then Satoru. So these are, I guess, both sort of evil. They are in Grixis, so it might be because of that. And then whenever one or more creatures you control enter the battlefield this turn, deal damage to a player, create a 5/5. So that might be Haste Tribal, could be Ninjutsu Tribal as well. So I think that is really good, actually, for a bandit who has haste and for a ninja who has jutsu. And then you can give creatures haste as well, so that is a really strong part as well on a 3 mana creature. That's also a 3/4, so definitely a mythic. Catilda and Lear will be working together. So one of the witches from a coven, the Dawnheart coven, and then Lear from the seas and the drowning people. Whenever you cast a human spell, which is what Catilda does, target instant or sorcery, which is what Lear does, in your graveyard gains flashback. So they really put them together as well. Very well, I would say. Slimefoot and Squee, 2 good-hearted people. I think Squee, maybe not. Maybe they are both dubious. Whenever they enter the battlefield or attack, create a 1/1 Zeppelin. And then for 4 mana you can sacrifice a Zeppelin to return Slimefoot and Squee. And up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Which is weird, because Squee didn't have his unending life. So not sure how this works. Maybe they can be immortal together or something like that. But it's cool that they are fighting too. More alternate arts, but I won't go over everyone. It's just that these are very expensive reprints, and they really want to push this set, I would say. But maybe they will be very hard to get, and it seems to be from a secret lair, even if I'm looking at this. And one more piece of news from these, which is that the Genrifs are now dead already. So their fairy tale has ended already. Yeah, sad things for Eldraine, but I guess no one liked them. When this enters the battlefield, exile 2 legendary creature cards, which are the Genrifs. From your graveyard, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the greatest mana value from these 2. And then legendary spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card exiled with them. So 1 or 2. Right? Yes. Okay. It's a cool card, but it's a bit sad that they are ending all these stories so fast. Here we see Alara, I think, and I think this because of this Esper person, and I think we are seeing like Jund, and we are seeing like I'm not sure, but probably the other nations as well. We'll have to look into that more. And one interesting thing I see here from Matthias Kolros is these. It's 3 colors. I thought there were 5. Never mind. And we have the siege on Tarkir, where we see a Jeskai dragon and a green, black, red dragon. I think that is. Forget the name. And we see a soldier from Phyrexia. Then there are these 5 lands that all have some sort of Phyrexian influence on there. Either the world tree that you see here, literal Elesh Norn coming out from the ground or something. Sarah was a symbol of hope to Dominaria, so Norn defiled her temples with monuments to Phyrexia. Yeah. Okay, so you can read where this is probably. Okay, yeah. So Kaladesh, Eldraine, Sarah. We see Theros. We see Amonkhet. Okay. We see New Capenna. Otawara, so Kamigawa. Ixalan. We see Zendikar and Ikoria. So these are 10 worlds that have been revealed that we will enter, and maybe there's more. And all will have probably people working together all of a sudden, and all of their stories will be gone if they want to. So don't get too attached to these worlds. Heliod has been completed, but here's some new art, and you can see the Phyrexian influences in the back, in the sky. The whole godhood has been warped. Omnath, again, another alternate version. And then, Moment of Truth, Elspeth will be resurrected as well. Then the trailer, I will go over these really quickly. We see Teferi walking here away from Salfir. Then we see Kamigawa and the really bad piece of the Empress. We see Theros again and the people that are leaving. We see Elspeth, who has been resurrected, which has also been revealed. This might be the end. Well, I agree, of most of the story. Everything might start again over new. And then we see 3 worlds. I think this is another one that we haven't seen yet in the lands, but we can't really be sure of what this is, I think. But it is a big city, so it might be Ravnica. Zendikar again, and Innistrad. And there is Amonkhet again. Then Nahiri will, of course, be evil, and she will be blasting through her old home. So this is insinuating that the Planeswalkers will be returning to their own homes and destroying it and having their own arcs there. We see Eldraine and the 2 cookies who will be fighting back eventually. Then we see maybe Jace and Vraska dying, but I'm not sure. But maybe they are turning on the enemy because they have been turned to stone. But that's just weak. Liliana and Kaido. And then we have something weird. They have brought back trailers from previous trailers. Not sure if this means anything, but we see Karn and Jorah and Teferi, we see them coming back as their old selves, so maybe this will mean some time traveling. Then something weird, we had Nicol Bolas really shortly in the trailer. Will he come back? I'm not sure. Maybe they will go back in time and change some things about what happened in War of the Spark. Which is an interesting way to retcon things. I would sort of agree with that, even though it's weak. Then Liliana with the curse back. Not sure if this means she really gets it back. I don't think so, but maybe this means they are time traveling or something like that. And this will be an important moment that they will change. That was it for that part. Then we have the first look at March of the Machine as well. This is a really long one, but they have revealed a lot. And I think they are really pushing this set, which is good. We see plains and stuff like that, art like that, and like swamps and other things, but they are all in different worlds. So this might tell us something. For example, we see here Amonkhet that has been warped by the Phyrexian signs in the air. I think Kaldheim, maybe because of the snow, but can't really be too sure about that. Then we see indeed that the 5 Braiders will return and some more alternate art for Jin Kataxias at least. And the other ones probably will get some too. We see that if this loads. Yeah, that Ayara has been completed into the Furnace Queen, so might be still a rebel, but she has been Widow of the Realm because I guess most people there have been killed, like their king and queen. Then you could watch that, I guess. Why are we not? We're breaking the internet, guys, today. You saw it here first. Here we are. Okay. Third time's the charm, I would say. But Ayara has been completed by Urabrask, which is interesting because now she will be more of a rebel in probably Recto's colors. It seems so from the art, and she was black before. Then we have Traumatic Revelation, which will mean that Chandra, with her weakening flames here, will meet Nissa, and this will start her hero arc, I guess. Also, Nissa is embracing her. Maybe she wants her to join, but apparently she won't yet. Jin, who we have seen before. It's a pretty long part, I guess. Break the Multiverse we've seen before. We have seen Heliod before. We've seen that Elspeth will join. We have seen this art as well. Oh, this is new. Drana and Linvala from Zendikar will join together. 4 mana, Flying Vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponent's control can't be activated, so that is really strong already. And then Drana and Linvala have? Why did they say has? I guess it's one creature. Drana and Linvala has all activated abilities of all creatures your opponents control. Oh, so you steal them from them, literally. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. That is interesting. Yargo and Multani we have seen, but this is an alternate art for them. Same flavor text though. Thalia and the Gitrog, which is new, and the Gitrog monster has been changed massively here. To just be, I guess, a dumb monster, not the terrifying, hypnotic freak that it was before. So yeah, it's been changed to be a good boy, I guess. More marketable, maybe. Let's see something here. Nope, we've seen this. Of course, it's good to repeat things, but we won't today. I think I have shown this before as well. So these are the promos that we have shown. Oh, this is an alternate art here with Galta and Mavren. Looks cool. Maybe it's like a coin from Mavren. Oh, and this is also alternate art. So these also have like 4 alternate arts, I'm guessing. Maybe all rares will have 4 versions. That would be so sick. Here, it's 3 versions of Omnath. Next to each other, but I think we've seen those before. And then this is indeed a secret lair like we've seen before. So not in the set, but might be worth it for the cards that you get there. And that was it. Important dates again, these are all of them. I'll leave you at that. And I want to thank you for watching and have a nice day. Also, maybe let me know what your favorites cards are here. Bye.